Uh-oh. He's taking his brain power pill.
Sean's taking his brain power.
My butt hurts a little bit.
From your... You're not supposed to take it in your ass. You're supposed to... It's a pill you take in your mouth. It's not a suppository.
Maybe it works faster if he's...
Could be absorptive.
Hey, you can take the alpha brain and you put it up there. It's like a little suppository.
Alpha rectum.
Alpha ass.
Alpha ass.
No, I did my testosterone shot right before I came over here today, and it's just a
little sore.
Yeah, like a little sore. I gotta tell you.
Do you shoot it in your hole? You said your ass.
Wow.
Yeah, I shoot it straight into my rectum.
You don't even penetrate it.
Yeah.
You just squirt it up in there.
I don't even use a
Does
syringe.
it absorb through the rectal wall? Okay, what a way to start the show.
Can
we start the show properly?
Preparation H applicator and just jolt.
Yeah. Can we start the show properly? We have a guest for guys.
All right. Well, look, it's what is it? It's December 5th. Holy shit, December 5th. The time is talking away.
I know it.
Oh man, it's the first half. The weather is fantastic outside. We're all digging it. It's Christmas time. It's the season. Ho ho ho. We do have a guest. We've been long awaited.
Yes,
super long waited. We got Mr. Producer back there, Mr. Austin. Thank you for showing up as usual. Dudes like us. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I waited for you to drink.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
What the hell was that? I'm Jeff. And our
special guest star.
I'm Kevin.
There you go.
Oh,
hey,
Kevin.
Very special guest.
Yeah, special.
Yeah.
Paul's been, or not Paul, but Sean's been working him over for like 3 years.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, when are you going to come to the podcast? He's like, you guys fucking idiots. There's no way I'm going to that podcast.
So he is our bourbon expert for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're a bunch of noobs.
Very, very knowledgeable. So we're looking forward to some incredible insight you have tonight.
Well, you don't have to. You can have some feedback, but I don't want you to hold you to it. You're not there as a party favor for us.
I know.
You're here to have fun.
I do hear you guys sometimes say weird things about bourbon that make me kind of
set the record straight.
Crazy, but
for sure.
Austin turns gate.
We're like bottled and bond. Oh, that means it's 90 proof. It's been aged for 1 month.
Right.
And, you guys got that down. I've heard you talk about that.
That's hilarious. It's usually Sean.
I'll talk into it a little better. There we go.
It's usually Sean saying something factually inaccurate.
Usually.
Yeah, we do say some things we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Oh,
well,
all the time.
But here's the thing. The people out there don't know. So if we at least sound confident,
Kevin
they're like,
knows.
well, that's the problem. We're spreading misinformation about this bourbon.
This bourbon tastes like orange Fanta.
And then
I
they say
it tastes like orange Fanta. And then they start believing us.
And then they say something to their neighbor when they're hanging out in their backyard. They're like, oh, yeah, bourbon is blah, 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 blah. They're like, no, it isn't. Yeah, it is. I listened to a bourbon podcast, fool.
We're going to have community notes all over us correcting us.
Totally.
Yeah, well, we're about to be kicked off of YouTube, but fuck them.
Yeah.
We pull a big Elon Musk. Fuck you.
Yeah, no shit. That was greatness, what he did. Yeah. That was a New York Times, I guess they do it yearly, a New York Times interview where they have big-time CEOs come up, and I don't know if it's all CEOs, but big in the business, and they go up there and they get interviewed about the latest topics of their business, right?
Yeah, so he's on a stage with an audience and an interviewer, and go ahead.
Well, back it up a little bit. Talk about what Elon is talking about with this Disney guy, Bob Iger. Iger.
Well, Elon is accused of either supporting a anti-Semitic statement.
Yeah, but who did that? Is the point? So they have this media company.
Media Matters.
Yeah, Media Matters that goes out and they will go out there. They'll even buy the ad,
right?
And they'll put it out there, and they'll try to trap. So they'll try to create something that's not there.
Something controversial.
Yeah,
correct.
And that's what. And Bob was kind of like, yeah, you need to pull your shit, or you're not getting money. And so,
yeah, they were saying, okay, what was the story? That there were ads popping up next to prominent advertisers' ads that were anti-Semitic.
Something along those lines. I don't know exactly what
he claimed that wasn't true. And,
right.
Well, and then he ended up liking some post that ended up backfiring on him because it was okay.
And then Disney, Apple,
a whole bunch.
Yeah,
Walmart too.
Several big ones pulled their advertising. And during this New York Times interview, Bob Iger was up before him, or one or two people before the Elon Musk, and he was asking about it. He's like, "Yeah, we pulled our thing because we didn't think Disney should be associated with that kind of rhetoric and shit like that."
Disney
right?
of all
basically.
People.
Yeah.
So when
Disney.
Elon Musk gets up there, he gets questions. I don't know if we have the footage of this or not. We should have found it before we started the show.
Well, I'll pull it up. Elon Musk, fuck you.
Yeah, that's
look
basically
at the video of that. Essentially.
Yeah, it may be beeped out, but that's fine. You'll get the gist of it. But what it was is that the interviewer asked his feelings about it, and Elon was like, "They're going to blackmail me over money. They're going to try to blackmail me," and he basically shot the double bird and said, "Fuck you."
Twice.
And let's see if we can hear it.
All right, here it is.
Let's see if we can hear it. It's classic. It's greatness.
It is greatness.
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself. I hope they stop. You hope? Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go yourself.
Yeah,
But
you
hear the murmuring?
Go yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
It was great.
Yeah. Well, they're not really showing it. It's kind of a go ahead and kill it.
Yeah.
Because they're just doing their own stupid
Can
shit.
you hear that? I can't hear that.
You can't hear that?
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, we got to do. Well,
We'll get
sorry,
that. We'll get that
sorry.
fixed.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
But yeah, what's good is right after he said that second "fu," he goes, "Hi, Bob." If you're still in the audience,
Hey, Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently he was on the stage speaking earlier in the day.
like it was like right before him, I think.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That's tense, man. I love it.
So
Yeah, you could hear the murmuring and the air get sucked out of the room when
Yeah.
when he said it initially.
well, the thing with Elon Musk is he is
Oh, hold on.
he has what they call "fu money," "fuck you" money.
oh, absolutely.
He doesn't give a shit. Well, he does. He cares, but he doesn't have to deal with.
He doesn't have to
kowtow
cater,
to these
crow to
people.
anybody.
Correct. He has his beliefs, and he's not going to have Disney or Apple or any other business or company force him
Sure.
into censoring speech.
Right. And he's going to grovel because people aren't advertising? Come on.
No.
Well, that's the problem. That's the power that these companies have on controlling the narrative. Is that they, you can't do that. You can't go to somebody that is rich and try to influence them with money. You just can't.
Right.
And Elon
That's why
showed
they don't
that.
like Trump, for one thing.
Well, and that's the power of cancel culture, right?
Yeah.
People are terrified to say anything because they don't want to be the next business that goes under because of cancel culture.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it's going to take more people say "fuck you" to these type of people who try to cancel you,
Right.
and force you into succumbing to their thoughts. They're not thoughts, but their way of thinking.
Yeah, sure.
Right. Or just basically so you don't say anything.
Yep.
What's your shirt say? Getting into the holiday spirit. You got a little cocktails.
A little cocktail, a little bourbon or something. on
Nice.
Yeah. We showed up today for Dudes Like Us podcast, and Jeff is just lounging on the couch with his jams on. And
Yes.
hi guys. I was, hey, what's going on there, Jeff? What are you doing? I'm just watching TV.
there. Just like that. I didn't go anywhere today. I didn't leave the house. So
I rarely leave the house.
What
When
say
you work
you,
from
Kevin?
home,
This is not normal. I thought when Jeff came in his whatever,
my flannels,
I figured that was just that's a Jeff thing.
my teddy.
Yeah, his teddy.
oh God, really?
Lord, I don't want that visual.
Oh, you had it.
No kidding.
Hey,
Little
teddy.
lacy fringe.
Yeah, that look horrible. You look
snap
like you'd have
crotch.
a fucking Chewbacca
Snap
shawl on.
crotch. Really? Snap crotch. Okay.
All right. Well,
Yes.
first of all, let's. We have like a laundry list of topics that we got a lot of special events that are coming up. We got Dudes Like Us party that we're setting up. Yeah, evidently we're setting up a Dudes Like Us party.
Yeah.
We'll invite some people out there, and we have no idea when that's going to be. We'll announce that shortly.
Okay.
Maybe on Instagram. I don't know. Maybe on
Christmas
Facebook.
party?
We'll do a Christmas party. Maybe on Instagram. We'll post
Wow.
it. On what other platforms do we have? We have
Instagram.
Yeah. We should
We have
post it on
Instagram.
we should post it on
and,
Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, how about we put it? We got Facebook. We got a Facebook page.
That's the same thing essentially.
All right, so those folks out there that want to support dudes like us without having to support dudes like us, and you want a fantastic cutting board or a wood project, we feature our stuff in downtown McKinney at Filtered Coffee Shop. We have our dudes like us cutting boards, dudes like us stuff. We've got coasters.
We got some Christmas. We got some Christmas coasters out there. Some nice stuff.
Yeah, you've gotten this laser burning thing down. It looks really good, man.
Jeff's turned into quite the expert.
Yeah, I'll have to show you the new Boba Fett when we during halftime. It's kind of a big piece of wood, but it needs to be cut down.
Have you made ornaments? Tree ornaments?
I've tried making ornaments, but the ornament piece we have doesn't work well with the laser.
We bought a bunch of stuff from Hobby Lobby, and we're kind of experimenting with the stuff to what to put on there, what's going to work, what doesn't work. We got a laser because the laser feature actually is pretty cool. The only thing is it's just not very powerful.
It takes a very long time.
Yeah, it's just...
It took 4 hours to do the Boba Fett.
Yeah, it's funny. When we were out at the McKinney Christmas Festival, we were walking around at the little booths and stuff, and it's fun to do that because you see what other people do, right? Whether it be carving, burning, decorations, whatever. And so we saw this one booth that was actually pretty impressive. Had a lot of laser stuff, a lot of paint stuff, and so we were asking them, hey, what do you do? And so. Sean, you asked how much is your laser? Is it like 800? and they both looked at you and was like 12,000.
Well, whatever.
And we were like, oh yeah,
yeah. Well, it wasn't. Well,
it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Ours was 800, and it's a 7-watt diode.
Yeah,
right.
But theirs is the all-in-one enclosure. It's a CO2 enclosed kit. So. Jeff went online and he pulled up a bunch of things. He sent some links over, took a look at them. It's a big deal. I mean, it comes as a table, essentially. You open it up, you put your shit in there, and you walk away. Right.
I mean, it's a big investment. If you're gonna that was a couple, and all they do is shows, right? I think neither of them work. They just
I think they do a lot of their stuff on Etsy.
They do 95% of their stuff through Etsy, and they don't even have to do anything. They're like, we don't even have to come to these shows.
Right.
Yeah, we don't. We just come out here because it's fun.
But they do 60 hours of crafts a week.
Yeah, they just
it's a lot. It's a lot. So, but
that's
do really
the difference,
well.
right? Someone doing it as a living as opposed to what you guys are doing as a hobby.
Sure,
it's huge. It's a huge difference.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you got time during the day. You get up in the morning. You're a little bit more passionate. You got a little pep in your step, and you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, it's your own business, right? Yeah, I mean, you can choose to do as much as you want because you're going to sell as much as you can, right? So,
and they're not overwhelmed, but they're comfortably slammed. I mean, they work that machine 7 days a week.
Right.
And it works really fast too. He was talking to me about the wattage of the laser, and it's a CO2.
You said it was 100 watt. I think.
It's 100 watt, and that thing will go through.
Ours is 7. You said?
Yeah,
7.
Oh God, that's funny.
So it cuts through, but it does like really intricate work. So it, like for example, if you have an ornament that's flat, made out of wood, balsa wood, or something similar like that, 1/8 inch thick, it'll go in there. It'll laser out very intricate cutouts.
Like a snowflake.
Right? Yeah, like a snowflake.
Right.
Like a snowflake. Yeah, that's a perfect
good.
example, Joe.
Yeah, it's perfect.
He's a good boy.
Very intricate. Very intricate snowflake. Anyway.
Like a fingerprint?
Yes, like a fingerprint.
Holy shit. So the problem, I'm a little bit giddy today because we started off the podcast by doing a little sample. Every now and then, we will pull from our infinity bottle. For those folks that don't listen to dudes like us, we'll quickly give you a synopsis. Paul, go for it.
All the bottles that we have a ton of bottles, and then at some point we get to a level of the bottle where
it's not a literal ton, but it's about almost 200 bottles.
Right. And so we get to a point where when the bottle's there's not enough in the bottle to pour 3 more times evenly, then we take that amount and we dump it in this large jug.
It's usually 3 to 4
ounces,
maybe 5 ounces left.
And then we write down how many ounces and what kind of bourbon it was, and we basically are making our own blend.
Yeah,
in a giant jug.
I don't recall exactly how many we have on there, but I want to say it's like 34 bottles.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
What say you, Kevin? How would you think of it?
It was great. I really enjoyed it. It really was surprisingly good. Surprisingly, I mean, I don't want to say surprisingly good. It was really good. I knew it would be good. I've had some infinity type drinks like that, but It was really good.
Well, you never know what to
really good.
expect. He's like, yeah,
Right,
we're just
right.
dumping a bunch of bottles, leftover shit in a jug, right? So
I wish you had mentioned that you should stir it or shake it. I
I
didn't even think of
you
that.
need to. I don't
I'm the
think
one
you
that
need
said
to.
that.
Yeah.
I'm the one that said that because
Oh.
I thought maybe after setting there that maybe it'll layer a little bit. Maybe
I don't
know
see why it wouldn't. I mean, I guess
maybe
it
we like
could.
put one of those magnets in there so it spins from the
Oh
inside.
yes, perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
What are those called?
Sean, take the bottle with you the next time we leave.
You know what? I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah.
So what it is you drop a little. It's a little capsule shaped magnet, and it falls to the bottom, and then you set it on this little motor thing, and it spins underneath, so that it actually will spin the magnet.
Oh, I see.
So
It's
it mixes it from inside.
a forever mixer.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, see, why can't they generate electricity that way?
I
It
think
takes
they do.
electricity to do that. It's like
Yes.
charging a Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you-
We could put like a Peloton up here, like
Yeah.
we could bike.
Yeah, and we could power
charge,
the TV.
Charge, yeah.
We'll bring some people up here. They can run them on the Peloton. We'll charge it from that, power up the magnet to stir the booze. We
Right.
were expecting our other partner, Mr. Stan. Sorry he couldn't make it tonight. He has eye herpes, and he needs to take care of that from the doctor.
Not.
Was it creamy?
I'm not sure.
God. Isn't this a HIPAA violation?
I think I have some eye herpes working right now.
Well,
I
he's.
have a sty I need to take care of.
What do? You squeeze it?
You put a hot compress on it.
Oh.
It's a clogged pore right
Are
by your
they-
eyeball.
They look painful, but they're not really painful, are they?
No, it's just, I don't know if they can get really infected or not, but I usually, Julie sees them and I'll put a hot compress on and it'll go away in a day or so, right?
She just stabs them with a needle.
Yeah, she usually comes with a needle right
Don't,
to the
honey,
eyeball.
don't
Yes.
move.
Don't move.
Oh, like a knitting needle,
Oh
like a big giant needle.
And it's shaking.
Yeah, yeah.
As it comes
Don't
in.
move. Don't
Oh
move.
my God! Speaking of a giant needle, I watched a show on Netflix over the last couple days called Obliterate, and it is.
I've seen the previews for it.
It's a cheesy little spy thing for Obliterate on Netflix, Mr. Producer, and they have a team of people, the elite. They're ex-Navy SEALs, whatever, and they're gonna save the world as usual. And one scene they have this. This is like a prime example of the denominations of different people on the team. And this is what what Disney does.
It's diverse.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh my God. So they got a white guy and a white female, an Asian female, a black guy who's gay, an Asian dude
Of course.
that flies a helicopter, and the other white, whatever. So they had a gay girl, a lesbian, and but the part you talk about the needle is that the black guy, the gay guy, his name is Trunk. And
For a
they have
reason?
a scene, huh?
For a reason, I'm sure.
They show they have gratuitous
Male frontal nudity.
scenes of penises. They show so many penises in this damn thing,
Wow.
and I was like, God bless. And then
You like pause.
they caught him. they caught the black guy. The guy's name's Trunk, and they had him tied up over with hands over his head, and he was hanging him. And they were like, "Hey, look, you need to tell us something, or we're gonna." He pulls this wand out, and then when he kicks the little button, these little sprigs, little things pop out the side, and it starts to spin. And so he says, "Where are you gonna put that?" And he was just like, "I'm gonna put it up your penis," or whatever exactly he said. And they pull his pants down, and this dude is hung like an elephant, man.
And they show all of this.
They showed it all, and it was absurd. I mean, because the guy that was putting it in there, you saw him handling it. All right, he shoves
trying
it,
to shove it up there.
yeah, he shoves it all the way in there, right? And
my
then
God.
something happens where someone comes in and frees him, but the prong is still stuck in there. And he's still hanging up. He's like, "Hey, can you take that thing out?" And his friend's like, "I'm not touching that," you know. So then you see him, and he picks up this freaking thing, and it's just a big ding dong. It's just it scarred me.
It's your kind of movie.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like I need to watch that then.
Yeah, it was a fun little eight show.
Oh, it was a show, not a movie then.
Yeah, it was not a movie. It was it was a little series, but I mean, it was fun. All the cliche stuff. You gotta, whatever. So, anyways, back to the The needle you referred
I
to.
could needle. I was,
You talk about you popping your style.
Poking
or something.
style.
Oh,
yeah.
yes,
I think we
yes.
moved on from that.
yeah,
though.
we did.
All right. Well,
Oh, there you go. There we go.
speaking of movies, I think we talked about Lady Ballers,
Oh,
and you saw it.
yeah. I went ahead and first of all, I recommend everyone go out and get a membership at Daily Wire. It is expensive, and in retrospect, I probably I don't. I'm going to cancel my membership right away because I don't want that to renew. Because
Right.
it was like $249,
Wow.
Yeah,
and I
ouch.
was like, God damn.
And that was at the 50% off mark?
No, he said no. It was not. It's $249 a year, and then they had a special where it's like half off. So I just clicked it because I thought, I don't know if it's true, but evidently someone said that it wasn't. But whatever, I don't know. I got the membership. See, they've got a variety of movies on that. I didn't know that.
Right.
The Daily Wire has a bunch of movies on there. Candace Owens is on there. Owen Schroeder's on there.
Aaron Schroeder is in prison
What?
for J6, for January 6th. He got
Is he really?
Yeah, he's getting early release, though. I saw a news article.
Unreal.
Well, that is crazy.
Is that the one? That's not. I mean, just recently somebody got arrested.
He was from the Alex Jones
leaving Nashville,
Oh, I don't know.
leaving the premiere of Lady Ballers. He
I
was
don't-
arrested because 3 years ago, he was involved.
I don't know. I don't know if it was him or not. But I did see a headline that he's getting early release.
Okay, it couldn't have been because this guy literally just got arrested and then spent the night in jail, and then they let him off on bail or whatever.
So it says the FBI arrests L.A. actor and Republican Party official over alleged involvement in January 6th riot.
Unbelievable.
Let's see here. Republican board member was arrested. Charges related to entering the U.S. Capitol during the riot. I
And
still
they're misdemeanors. So think about this. Misdemeanors 3 years later after they initially interviewed him, raided his home and interrogated him.
For a misdemeanor.
And then that was 3 years ago. And then they decide, as he's leaving the premiere of this movie, which is, a transphobic movie, right? And they decide to arrest him.
I don't think it's transphobic. I just think.
Well, I mean,
that
it's not
they're poking
supportive.
at it.
It's not supportive.
Have you heard of the movie,
uh,
Kevin?
I've never heard of it.
All right,
Never heard
so
of
we played a little bit of it on our last podcast. So it's basically a spoof, and they've got this group of guys that played basketball in high school, perhaps, and they were good enough in high school, I guess, because it's high school.
I don't think they quite made it to the championship, so they
Yeah.
see this as their chance.
So they were like, well, we can go to college and we can identify as females, and then he's like, we could dominate every sport. And they started listing them, and they're like soccer, and then he was immediately like, shut up, so soccer's not a real sport. See if you can play a little sound on this, Mr. Austin.
Yeah, so we did a little bit of this last week.
Guys, this is serious. Sports can be your pathway to a better life.
Well, like yours?
Please don't steal my catalytic converter again. Winning matters. It's the key ingredient in becoming a winner.
Maybe you should try it sometime.
That looks like Olivia Wilde.
I am not.
It's not her.
Let's cut to the chase. I know you're not a woman.
Hey, you don't know how he identifies.
If you can beat them.
What do you know about the U.S. Opens for the Global Games?
You want us to compete as women. $5,000 prizes.
That's hilarious. Great coach back in the
They're
day.
doing the shot put.
Join.
This is the way the world is now. My 8-year-old daughter told me all about it. So a guy can become a girl with no physical changes at all.
Oh, that's called gender fluid.
So I can be a woman on the court and a man in the bedroom. I can't believe it. Nice.
You mean when you're sleeping?
Yes.
So was it funny? I mean,
You
did they show all the good parts in the preview like they normally do?
Yes, yes. But look, the premise
You
was
can kill
good.
that. Thank you.
It was a spoof. It was a spoof. And it didn't have a whole lot of substance. In fact, it got kind of cheesy towards the end.
Right.
But
Kind of.
But it's supposed to be slapstick. I mean, it's
Yeah,
Well, I
It
think
was.
they're trying to make a point.
yeah, and they did a great job. Matt Walsh was in it, and he he was the God bless it. So the main guy, Jeremy Boring, he was divorced, and his ex-wife was dating or married Matt Walsh, who was like this holistic hippie dude, and totally into sexuality and all this stuff. And it was just, you got to see it. I recommend everyone go watch it, just because it supports a good cause, and it really puts out there the woke mentality, and it kind of crushes
and
it.
how silly it is.
It is
right.
absolutely
It's kind of
silly.
like the South Park episode where Randy the Macho Man joins the girls' sports.
Right,
Have you seen that episode?
No.
And he's like, "Grrr!" and he's like destroying the women. And he
I mean, but
wins.
that's what's really happening. I mean, I just read a story today about some 2 transgender guys were in some biking race and they took first and second in the women's category.
Oh yeah, it was cycling. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's happening every single competition, right? We talk about this all the time.
Well, what about Chad? You're talking about Title IX.
So Congress had a big meeting. They had one of their sessions today, and they were Joe Biden, our buddy from administration, they wanted to change some of the language in the Title IX. So if you guys don't know what Title IX is, I don't know what it is verbatim.
I think it protects women, doesn't it?
It protects women and their rights. So women have struggled.
They have the right to sports, right to their own restrooms.
Yes,
and shit like that.
They have rights for privacy. They've got a whole laundry list of rights that women are allowed to have, and you cannot violate these rights.
And I think the intent of it was to create equity between men and women.
Correct.
Right? I mean, like they should have a soccer team just like the men have a soccer team.
Yeah.
Like at colleges and stuff like that. So anyway,
NBA, WNBA, whatever. I mean, whatever they want, they could probably just get it. But what Biden wanted to do is he wanted to change the language a little bit so to include transgender folks.
Right.
Now, I get it. The spirit of what he's trying to say kind of makes sense. As far as I know, I've only heard of one story, and they said it at the very, 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 very end of this 3-hour session they had today. One of the Democrats said that she was talking about some little Asian dude that turned trans and joined the women's rugby team. And he was just like, I can't believe all this talk going around. Here I am playing against women that are 250 pounds, and one of the first games he played, he broke his arm. He was like, so I don't know what they're talking about, how men are bigger boned and all that.
Well, I mean, he might not be, but
I know.
The rest of them are.
That is a horrible comparison.
It totally
you
is.
stupid idiots.
They find the smallest male competitor they can find.
Rugby, of all things, that attract the biggest of the women.
Right.
And whatever. The whole thing was, and then the Madam Chairman woman, she went off at the very end. I mean, after she heard that comment from the Democrats, she got to make the closing statements, and I'm telling you, she went off. She had a rant for like 5 minutes.
About how it's not right.
How retarded it was to even have this in Congress, where there are males playing against your daughters.
Right.
And then Riley Gaines was sitting there as they had like 4 people out there that they were poking.
Yeah.
They're interviewing,
questions
they were
and
asking questions, and
trying to set them up for something. Hate speech.
It was.
Were there people that they were interviewing that were for this, just like Riley Gaines?
Yeah.
Okay.
You had 2 against and 2 for. I'm sorry.
It was a typical congressional hearing.
Yeah, there were more. There were like 6 or 7 people. So there were a bunch of people out there. They were just asking questions nonstop, and it's just the responses they had were
stupid.
They didn't have any substance. It's just like they're like
listen to yourself. What you're saying, just listen to what you're saying.
Yeah, right. They're like, well, what exactly do you mean by woman? And it's just like, really? I mean, do we need to have this conversation?
Well, hell, that happened in the Supreme Court.
Yes.
Supreme Court justice.
She couldn't answer what a woman was.
She couldn't. Yeah, she wouldn't define what a woman was.
I'm not a biologist. You don't have to be.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Oh, wow, what was that?
Well,
I looked over there.
He's a newbie.
And Kevin has concluded his bourbon.
Oh, wow.
Well, should we jump on our bourbon real quick?
Well, we might as well get
so
it out
it's
the
fresh
way.
on Kevin's mind.
Because we're drinking. It's for drinking, right?
Yeah.
Not looking at.
Well, okay.
All right. We're jumping in.
Well, this is which one did we get, Sean? This is an 1845. We wanted Kevin to try an 1845 because I don't think you've made it out to there.
I have not. I'm really excited. You guys really speak very highly of this stuff. So I was really excited to try
well,
this.
you drank all of it. So what'd you think?
And they have a number of bottles, right? So they got their typical small batch, single barrel, all that typical stuff.
So this is weeded?
All right, well, let's back up. It's 1845 Distilling Company. They're located in Lowry Crossing, Texas. They're just south of McKinney, on the east side of 75.
Is that an actual a town, a city?
Little
It is.
little
tiny
if it's a
town.
town. It's like a little village.
Unincorporated area.
Yes.
Yeah, so they've got about 4 brick houses out there. Is that right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they've got some that they're making, and it's a very interesting community
Very
where they're at. Because first of all, it's Texas, so it's got the weather that makes it kind of brew a little bit faster. Or at least
it ages
right
faster.
But
if that makes
another
sense.
interesting concept that it does, what they believe, is that the pecan trees that are around it are influencing the taste of it.
It used to be a pecan tree farm.
Yeah. So this one is a preemption. It's a single barrel Texas wheated straight bourbon whiskey, 44 months in the barrel, 58.4. It's 116.8 proof. I'll pass the bottle over there, and
we want to get your opinion on this.
Yeah. So I like it. I think it's a great bottle. It's I don't want to compare it to the rest of them. They made some that are better. This one is extremely tasty.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. It was very good. The first taste, you get what I call the Texas twang, right? That's what I call it. You taste that barrel that you get out of a lot of these Texas bourbons.
It's
but it goes away very quickly.
Is that because of the heat, you think?
I think it's because the age is quicker
right
in Texas. So you pick up that barrel pretty quick. And some guys embrace it.
And
Like
describe
Balcones.
that. Describe that. You're saying it's ethanol type?
No, it's a wood.
It's a wood.
That's what I taste.
The tannins, is that what you call it?
I taste the barrel, and I have a hard time describing taste. I've drank a lot of bourbon. I'm not very good at describing taste. I always tell people when I teach classes, right? I judge bourbons on a 3-point scale. 1, 2, 3. 1's not good, 2's good, 3's very good. That's it. That's how I judge my bourbons. This is a almost a 3, 2.5. This is very good. You taste, like I said, you taste that barrel initially, and then you drink a little bit more. It kind of dissipates. But
that's good. I've never paid attention to on the front the barrel, the Texas twang. I'm gonna have to pay attention to the Texas.
I think there's a little bit more to it. I think the Texas twang is
that makes sense,
something,
though.
but I think there's another addition to the influence of the wood species, the barrels, is because they're not the traditional barrels that most bourbons and whiskeys are from. They're procuring wood from all over the planet to make these barrels because there's not like an
they are
supply.
now. Most of their stuff was from Missouri.
Well, not okay.
This stuff is from Missouri. Their new stuff is going to be from Europe.
So all this stuff is from the old batch.
This is 4 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be American oak.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of maybe
it does. It has to be American white oak. I'm not sure what they're. I think they're talking about
finish. If you finish it, you finish whatever you want, right?
That's right.
But
that's what they're talking about.
You've got to age it initially in American oak.
So I don't know what the deal is with that. If they're buying the oak from Germany, overseas, and they're getting it and making their bottles here or barrels here. So I don't know how that's working. But okay, so let's back up. So what I was talking about, the species of wood is that Bob Pettit from Lowry's Cross 1845 Distillery. He shared that the grains are a little bit tighter. And
European oak. It's right.
It's a little bit tighter, and the taste surprisingly doesn't come out as efficiently as American oak would. It should take a little bit longer, but since it's in Texas, then it still comes out.
It's hotter.
Good. So the Texas twang, I've never heard that before.
That's what I call it.
You said Balcones.
That's what I call it. Well, Balcones embraces that, right? They embrace the barrel. If Balcones has that, I call it the real Balcones barrel taste. But they embrace it, and it's heavily barreled, but they do it in such a way that it's very, a lot of people like it, obviously. I run across a lot of people who just can't stand Balcones. It's just because it's just too much.
Too rich.
Is it kind of like
too much of that barrel?
Is it kind of like the whole Dickel thing? You either like Dickel or you don't because of the whole mineral
I think
taste to
some
it?
of the Balcones, they may be they have so many different flavors. They probably got a taste of that brimstone. They were like, oh, that's way too much barrel.
But even if you had their single malt, I mean, you try that single malt versus it's basically a Scotch they're using in grains imported from Scotland, but it doesn't taste like a Scotch at all, right? It's got all that heavy barrel on it, which is that Balcones taste. I think it's very unique.
So what drives that? They leave it in the barrel longer? Is it an aging in the barrel thing, or is it?
I think it's where it is in Waco. Their rick houses are out there. That they used to be. They sitting out there, and they got pretty hot.
Okay.
And
so does Garrison Brothers have that Texas twang?
I tasted on Garrison. I tasted on almost every Texas whiskey except for Still Austin. Still Austin really doesn't have that to me.
I don't
get
pay
it off
attention.
That is interesting.
That's what I get.
So you're saying because of the hot Texas climate, it opens up the wood. It goes deeper into the wood, probably stays in the wood longer, right? And then that's what's bringing out.
And I think
so
the
much
heat.
More
Yeah,
barrel,
I think the heat. Yeah, I think so.
taste.
I think so. And they got to age it quick, right? Age is so much faster in Texas.
Right.
Interesting.
You got that movement in the barrel.
So I wonder if the Balcones took over like the Branch Davidians, David Koresh compound, and just moved their stuff in there.
Well, that building burnt down.
Yeah, a lot of it burned, didn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much the whole thing.
Yeah.
Pretty dark transition there.
Well, at one time, I know Bob said he was going to, the very first barrel that they filled, they're going to let it sit for 10 years. He goes, it may not be any good.
Right.
That's a long time. I've never heard of a 10-year Texas bourbon.
That's what he said. He goes, it may be not very good, but we're going to try it. Now, this was the first time we went
So that would be
there.
pretty barrel heavy.
It'd be very viscous.
Well, yeah.
Basically, it's like chewing on wood, sucking on wood.
What's Camelot? Camelot?
Who?
Calumet?
Calumet?
Calumet.
Yeah, we got a 15 or 16.
Yeah.
Have you tried that?
Not tried it. I guess I'm going to try it pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, we have it. I mean,
the 16. I think we have the 16. I think.
I don't remember which one is
16. 15 or 16.
I thought we had both, but maybe we don't.
What you guys think? Was it too much wood? Was it too heavy?
No, it wasn't.
I'll go get it.
I don't remember. I don't remember it being.
Yeah, go get it, man.
Because I hear people saying Pappy 23.
Oh,
right?
It's very
23 is too much.
It's very
too much.
I'll tell you right now, it's oaky.
Yeah.
Yeah. You basically have a toothpick in your mouth.
Right.
Yeah. Huh.
It's good. So there you go.
But they do. People seem to think that the longer, the more excessive aging, the better, right? But maybe not.
So we had to buy that from Liquor King.
The Wild Turkey guys, the Jimmy and Eddie Russell, right? Legends.
Right. Yep.
They say 8 years is a sweet spot.
Interesting.
They've been a record saying that. Of course, they make a 13-year, right? But the 13-year Russells. But they say 8 years is the sweet spot for bourbon aged, at least in Kentucky.
So the Russell's 13.
So it might be less for
How
Texas.
often do you get that in?
Yeah.
5 or 6.
Russell 13 we don't get in anymore. It's lottery only.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah, there is a point like Elijah Craig 18. What is that like just chewing on a hunk of wood?
What do you think of that, Kevin?
So you taste that barrel on there, right?
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce it again? Calumet?
Calumet?
Calumet. It's Calumet.
I have no idea how to pronounce. That's how I pronounce it.
What does it look like?
I would think it'd be Calumet.
It's good. This is good bourbon, though. I like it.
Calumet. 16-year Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. You don't have to look it up, Mr. Producer.
Yeah, we really like this one.
It's 106 proof.
Good.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys buy that one? That's not cheap.
This was
It's
at
not
Liquor
cheap.
King.
Yeah.
Yeah, we paid a couple $100 for it.
No,
couple
it wasn't.
hundred.
No, it wasn't.
Probably about
150-ish.
Yeah, it was about 150.
Should have been 150-ish. Yeah.
It's one of the first ones we split.
Yeah. Well, I like that program. I like when we should do that. Well, we do that. We're starting to. We have a diverse collection out there, and we're.
But we're slowing down on purchasing because we're being more selective.
Yeah.
Because we were every week. 3 bourbons every week. Some of them were trash, and they're still
the
out
ones
there.
Paul picked.
Yeah,
Really?
Paul's picks are trash. They're still out there.
Really?
Yeah, every time we start talking about Paul picks up. Yeah, like Williamsburg with coconut,
Or Backstreet or Backbeat or whatever the hell it was.
You bought that?
Well, we were buying whatever.
That's true. You're right. Yeah,
we were trying to sample all sorts of bourbons.
We were trying to figure out what we liked, and
You're probably the last person to buy that. You're probably the last person to buy the old Williamsburg.
Right. Although we're one and done for sure.
Do you remember when we used to pick up black powder?
Black powder. Yeah,
That's not bad.
As a mixer.
For
right?
that was pretty cheap. It was really cheap.
Yeah, I don't think you guys
was
carry it
not bad.
anymore. So
Not bad.
It's a whole different.
I don't even know they
It's a
make
whole
it
different
anymore.
criteria when you're talking about a mixer versus a sipper, right? I mean, that changes everything. So there are some really good mixers that are, people think of gut rot, but if you're going to mix it with something, it's great, right? We talked about Kentucky Gentleman. We talked about Henry McKenna. That's great.
Yeah,
So-
and Rebel is pretty good for that. There was another one. I kind of lost my train of thought. Anyway, this Calumet is I haven't tasted it. I'm still got my 1845. All right, so let's rate the 1845. The 1845, where the bottle went, is it's 44 months. It's 116 plus proof. I'm gonna give it a solid 7.5.
I'm going to give it a 7. Kevin gives it a 2.5. What he's doing
Well, that
there.
comes out to 75.
7.5. No, 7.5. I think is a good
Yeah.
rating for this. At least. I mean, it really grows on you.
Yeah, I would agree.
7.5. I'm good with that. And I'm gonna start paying attention to the Texas bourbons, to the Texas twang.
Well, it is interesting, and because it's a different thing. So I'm tasting it now, and there's some interesting notes in here. It's like every time I take a pull, there's something else. Kevin wouldn't know because he fucking slammed his. I'm sorry.
I didn't think I'd drink it that fast.
Well, we still have this is still ours.
Well, we try to make ours last.
Yeah,
I got you.
Well, it's
episode,
because
so.
the first 100 episodes were fucking shit faced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like refilling constantly. We were just like,
Hey, look, my glasses are filled enough. Oh, my glasses are filled enough. No, my glasses are filled enough.
Those were better shows back then, too.
yeah. Oh,
Much better show.
Just outside.
Yeah.
There we go. Mr. Producer found the 1845.
but if you're here locally, I highly recommend you go out and visit 1845. Very nice people.
It's a great little tour. Great tasting.
Yeah, great tasting room.
They sell wine too.
They do, and I'm anxious to taste their oaked wine. I'm waiting for that because the unoaked stuff. I'm not a fan of unoaked wine.
This is very oaky.
Right.
I just got a pull from this right now. It's got a huge oak taste.
I think he's going to find a sweet spot here soon of how old he can make his stuff.
I would venture if it's 8 years in Kentucky, you got to think 5 or 6 years in Texas.
Nobody's going over 5 or 6 years.
Right.
No one is. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, this was the first time I went out there. He said he was gonna that first barrel was gonna go 10 years.
Yeah, why not? Right.
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, it could be
Yeah,
trash.
right. Why not? Yeah.
So he's gonna try it. He goes, it may be no one's done it. It may be fantastic. It could be just garbage. So, but you don't know until you try it. Unfortunately, it takes a decade to figure it out.
Right.
You know?
It's exciting little operation.
So he
Pretty
doesn't have any like vodka or clear stuff.
Nope.
He decided to skip all that.
Yep. He did his distilling.
He's got the ability to do it. He has it all there.
Well,
yeah.
He's dismantling.
That's a lot of the distillers started out right. Even
Yep.
still, they start out with vodka like Lockwood. They have to because they got to make something in
Stay
between.
afloat.
Right, while they're waiting.
He's got capital to bring it in. Plus he went and purchased more distiller equipment. It's
larger. Yeah.
This is top notch stuff too. This is copper brought in from Germany, and it was in the
they're doing it
in the
right.
main.
Yeah.
He's got pot stills.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean
custom made,
What do they
beautiful,
call 'em?
custom made in Germany, and a Hungarian team that puts it together.
Yeah, it's a beautiful setup, and they're going to whatever. It's a beautiful setup. I'm excited for them, and we're gonna keep hounding them. We're gonna keep.
We need to go
promoting
out
them.
there and get their next. Was it the single barrel that just got released?
Yep.
Another one.
Yep, it's we got to go get it. I need to go.
I think they have a very bright future because everything they submit to competitions
You can see it's
ends
one.
up winning just about every time,
the World Spirit,
if not every
competition.
time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, winning something.
Gold,
right?
double,
San
gold.
Francisco.
It came in third place in Bourbon of the Year. Third place.
Yeah, amazing.
That's impressive.
Double gold. You guys know what double gold in San Francisco means?
No.
It's good.
No, don't.
San Francisco spirits, they have like 30 judges. It's all blind taste testing. If every judge gives out a gold, it's double gold.
Damn.
So
that's no slouch.
Interesting.
No. So you can see double gold. We'll do that at our store. We'll say double gold, but it means that every judge gave that a gold medal.
Holy cow. Can you imagine starting up for the very first time, waiting 4 years, having no idea what you're going to, what you're going to get, and then winning awards out of the gate? I mean, how lucky are they? That's awesome.
Yeah. So which one is that double gold? Scroll down a little bit. Is that just the straight?
Texas straight.
I can't read that.
Texas straight. It looked like it said Texas straight on the bottle.
Just
yeah, it does look like it.
The blue.
Oh, you can see
there. It is right there.
Yeah.
Texas
double
straight.
gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the 100 proof, huh?
Really?
You guys didn't like that one?
No, Paul is
I'm
too low proof.
I'm becoming nauseated with his. If there's a drop of water put into it, he disrespects it.
Well, I'm not disrespecting it
No,
at all.
that's not the right word. You blow it off.
Well, I'm just thinking, don't they have a? I mean, did that specific dumbed down 100 proof bottle win the water, or was that a?
That's an outstanding one double gold.
So, by the way, they put,
on your new standards, you would never try that.
They do add water to take it from 116, 118
I get it.
to 100, but they do it in the barrel.
30
Yes.
judges
I
gave
thought
it
they
a
did
gold.
it after that.
No, they do it in the barrel.
No,
not everybody does that. He said they do it inside the barrel.
How do they do that inside the barrel?
Do what?
They add the water to the barrel.
Still Austin does that.
Yeah.
It's a certain. There's a name for it. Stan knows the name. But they proof it down while it's aging.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're a little more respect, right?
Whatever.
We're buying 100 proof.
I'll buy it. I'll buy it. Do they have any left?
Oh yeah,
that one.
Oh, they have a lot of the 100 proof.
No, of that specific.
Sure.
If they have the double
One.
gold, I'll make sure I'll get it.
Yes, they do.
I think
What they don't have is single.
You have it. What? Somebody bought that.
I've got it.
Yeah, sure. Paul's got it.
I've got one of the last ones they had of one of the bottles.
But that's the standard. That's the standard they have. Remember, they have 4 different lines, and they have 100 proof of each. Then they have small batch. Then they have single barrel. It's the single barrels they don't have a lot of. Anyway,
Right.
All right, let's move on. Let's talk about something fun and exciting. It's like what's coming up for Christmas?
Well, first of all, we have Christmas. I mean, let's be excited about that.
20 days away.
Yeah,
I know.
It's right
So
around the
special
corner.
plans, Kevin? Any special plans for Christmas?
I hate Christmas.
Oh.
Humble.
Well, working where I work, we can't take any time off, and
get
it's
no time
just
off at
and
all.
it just ramps up.
Does
and
it get
gets
just
busier
absolutely
and busier.
ridiculous like Christmas
Oh, yeah,
Eve
yeah.
and shit like that? People do. It's like, why didn't you plan? Like,
Well,
come in last
right,
week.
right. I would love to tell the
Well, don't they
customers
just
that,
hire
but-
extra people, or they just put more
Yeah, we
strain
do.
on your staff?
We do hire more people, but they aren't trained up. So
you're slammed at Christmas time.
Oh yeah,
People-
when you guys start coming, you guys have been in there.
Oh, yeah.
haven't you?
Oh yeah, it's a training.
And they all come in looking for.
I'm never around Christmas. I always go out of town.
Well, look
No,
at
it doesn't. It doesn't make me. It doesn't make me special. It just makes me. Actually,
special.
I wish we would stay
It's
home.
true. It makes you normal. Retail is a little different in the Christmas time.
And they all come in looking for Blantons, don't they?
Oh my god!
You get a lot of
Yep.
people.
Hey, what's some of the best bourbon you
Right,
get?
right, exactly.
Yes.
Well, that's
Hey, I
the
want some
question,
good.
right? I want something.
I got
give me a
75
good
bucks.
bourbon.
What's the
right,
best I can do
right,
with you?
right. So
So you sell them backbeat.
Let's try this
Nobody else
Williamsburg.
is buying it.
Don't pay attention to the dust on the bottle.
Right.
Hey, well, how about this bottle of chicken cock? I kind of walked up to us. I was like, really?
And he bought 2 bottles.
All right. So one of the lists on is the what kind of gifts can we receive? I mean, I know what I want, but really, what gifts would we want?
What I think fathers are hard to, especially fathers in our age group, right? Are hard to buy for. Our
Usually
kids
get
are
socks or
always
underwear.
struggling.
Just think about it. I mean, just think what would be a good present. I mean, I could rattle off a few things.
Nudity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course, but I'm talking about
A 10-year
tangible things that you can
subscription
receive
to-
as a gift. I would say, I guess I got to think about that.
Pornhub subscription.
Yeah. 100-year subscription.
God,
Something you could hand down to your kids.
you are cut off.
Here, Preston.
Austin, what do you think?
This has been used a lot.
You could benefit from this 100-year subscription to Pornhub. All right. I think it's stuff for me. I mean, because think about it. We're at a point in our lives when we want something, we really want something, we just go buy it.
Oh, so you want some crotchless chaps so you can wear them with your
No,
motorcycle.
I want something that I would not buy for myself, But that's something that, like, you know what I mean?
Really expensive.
Well, usually expensive.
Yes, that's what all the things I want are expensive.
That I just wouldn't.
Like what?
I can't justify spending the money on, type of thing.
Yes.
A couple years ago.
Gear,
Okay.
big ass TVs.
All right.
You know, shit
I'm
like
in.
that. You know, tools and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
You know.
A couple years ago, my wife and I exchanged gifts. It was the exact same box size. It was that exact same thing. It was an iPad, right? So we bought each other iPads.
Did you
give
know
each
about
other
it?
the box? No. So we give each other
guys are
the box,
retarded.
and it's the same box.
You're like, I like that color better.
Yeah.
So, but you both wanted it to be a surprise for each other.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we had no idea, and we exchanged gifts, and it's the same size wrapped up box. And it was
Same
like,
color.
Oh, I wonder what that is.
Same color, same everything.
I bought her a rose, I think, and she got me the black. So,
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Well, that's good.
Well, once you go black.
Oh, that's funny. So
I've not gone back.
yeah, I think we've gotten to the point where we just, you know, we ask each other, what do you want?
Right.
You know? And
Don't
then,
buy me anything.
Right. Don't buy me anything, but, you know, but the boys have to buy you something, even though it's my money that they're spending
Right.
to buy me a gift.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, I mean, it's fine. But, yeah, we don't do the whole have no idea what you're buying me for Christmas thing anymore.
I just thought about what I'd want.
I do. I'm hardcore about that.
I hate that. I wish we did.
I hate it when people figure out what I got them, or they tell me
Right.
what they got me. I'm just like,
we.
I want a surprise.
worst.
I was like, Christmas, when you're opening gifts, you're ruining the fun when you're like, oh, this is that. You know, why'd you even wrap it at that point?
Right.
And
That's
it
where
drives-
we are.
And my wife and well, at least one of my sons is hardcore. They want to know what they're getting. And I'm just like, no, I'm not telling you. It's a surprise.
Right.
It drives me nuts when they either know or they figure it out.
Yeah.
I get upset. I get upset about it. It ruins my Christmas.
Right. So you hate Christmas too?
I do.
So Kevin hates Christmas. You hate Christmas. What?
Well, I hate Christmas.
I love Christmas.
I hate Christmas time. I don't hate
know.
Christmas
I know.
day, but
Well, I get excited. I love the whole season. I mean, I love it from Halloween night.
Well, you know, last year you were like, fucking Christmas.
I was just thinking that. He was like, you know what I decided? Fuck it.
Yeah.
I was like, what
no
are
one's
you
getting
talking about?
anything.
Yeah, he was like so into it, and he was like, no, I'm
No,
over
okay.
it.
Look, you got to give a little bit more context. So I try, and I'm not doing this anymore. I try to buy the things that I think my kids want, and they don't like any of it. So
Right.
I'm like, fuck it.
Right.
I'm not buying them
You
anymore.
spent like
I'm done.
$5,000, you know, a grand on each kid. And
Well,
they,
yeah,
like,
I'm done. I'm not
eh.
doing that anymore. I'm done. You know what I'm doing? They're getting cash, and they can fucking go buy a bong. I don't give a fuck what they do with it. They shut up their ass, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep. They can get
Bah
like
humbug.
They can
No,
get
I
like
still want them to
10
have
cases
fun
of
and stuff,
corn dogs.
and I'll get them some stuff. But I'm not getting them. Usually, I try to get them a nice big gift. You know, whatever it may be. I don't know. I'm not doing that anymore. Their big gift will be a nice little cash.
Home Depot.
well, that's the
gift card.
pressure, right? Kind of weighs down you the pressure to buy the right gift, right?
Yeah.
And I don't like that either. It's like
It's
you gotta buy-
stressful
yeah,
because
right,
my
right. It's
kids are
stressful.
kind of ungrateful. They really are. I mean, all of them. They're just kind of you get them something nice, and it's just like you don't know if they really like it or not. You know, and it's just like if they
Right,
do like
right.
it, then they're not going to tell you, and if they don't like it, they're going to tell you.
Well, my kids are working this scam right now. It'll be like it'll be like September or October, and they'll be like, Dad, you know, a group of the fraternity's going to Mexico, or they're doing this or doing that, and they go, that could be my Christmas present. And we're like, yeah, okay. And they know full well Christmas rolls around.
They're going to get more shit.
And they're going to get more shit, right? Same type of thing. Brody's doing that too. Oh, I want to go to Vegas. You know, they're doing the Formula One and this big thing and all this kind of stuff. And, you know,
Well, then what you need to do.
it'll be my Christmas present. And
Even
we'll
if,
be like, okay.
even if you did get him Christmas, Kevin, don't have anything under the tree and say, well, your gift for Christmas was
yeah,
Las
how
Vegas.
about that? Suck it.
Oh.
No,
Really?
Christmas sucks, Dad. I hate you guys.
no, they don't get it. I don't. I wouldn't buy it for them.
Oh, mine scam. If the scam works, they get it. They get the trip. They get the trip. They get the $1,000 scooter that they had to have, and they get the Christmas.
You got a
gift, too.
$1,000 scooter?
Well, Brody was really into scooters, and so when I say $1,000, it was bars. You know, 150.
Was it electric?
No. Bars,
self-propelled?
150, and then the
Well,
and then
Brody,
Oh no,
Brody, no. Give a little background on Brody. Brody is like first of all, we're talking about these little scooters. I don't know what the name brands of them are, but I'm talking about these scooters where kids take to the park and they go down like skating bowls, and they'll go up and they'll do a flip and twist and shit.
It's insane. I mean, it's.
No, they're the God bless it. I don't know the name of the brand, but they're scooters, son. It's
they're like Razor.
Yeah, like a Razor. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And Brody's good, and he posts his shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
I see his stuff populated. I'm like, God damn. Of course, he's had like 15 medical issues in the last 2-3 years.
He has broken one wrist twice. The other one once. Had surgery. Put a pin in the wrist, and I was like, okay, we're not doing this anymore. This is getting expensive.
Is he done with the scooter then?
No, he's not. I mean, it used to be an everyday thing. That was where his hangout was. That was where his gang was, you know what I mean? His crowd, his group, his tribe, I should say. His tribe, that's probably the best word for
his
it.
Tribe.
They're a tribe. It's crazy. I mean, but the tribe is 50-year-old men with long hair and skateboards down to... 8-year-olds with their mom. I mean,
are you kidding me? All that's there, just a broad spectrum of.
So we can hang out there.
Everything
and not look out of place.
100%. It's crazy.
Bunch of fucking weeble wobbles rolling around on skateboards. The hell, man!
Yeah, it's crazy.
With the bourbon.
And some of these kids are really, really good. I mean, Brody is, average.
Brody's good.
I know, Brody's good.
He's better than average.
But dude, you should see what some of these guys can do, man. He wanted us to come to a little competition, type of thing. We were like, okay, local, right there at the skate park. And I was like, what? I mean, they're like flipping and doing all sorts of crazy shit. I don't know. It's impressive. Anyway, so he does it every once in a while. It's kind of like a novelty thing now. He wants to kind of show off with the little kids.
His friends kind of moved on.
Oh, yeah.
And he's kind of moved on. Maybe he's realized, my wrist hurts. And
Yeah. Well, I mean, right now they do car shows. That's their thing. They go out and they visit car shows. They're into cars.
Oh, gotcha.
They're always working on their friends, his friend's car.
So, Kevin, what would be a good gift for you?
Nice bourbon.
A bottle of bourbon.
Bourbon or a nice golf wedge. I've been looking at wedges, but it's a problem, right? Because like you buy something for your son for a scooter, you have no idea, right? What to get him for a scooter, because it's like he knows exactly what he wants.
This is what I want.
I know what I want
go
in golf,
drives.
right? I golf. I know what I want for a wedge. My wife has no idea. She would have no idea what kind of wedge. She doesn't even know what balls I play.
Right.
So
she'd see that's what's boring. She has to give you a $400 gift card to PGA Superstore.
Yeah.
Right.
I would need a gift certificate for a carpenter.
Right. Well, I mean, but that's kind of waters down the fun of gift giving. But what are you going to do?
Right.
Right. For something that specific and personal, maybe you do need to provide some input. Like if my wife wants a specific article of clothing.
Right.
Right. Like if I go out there and buy her clothes, it's a hit or miss, right? If it fits, if she likes it, whatnot.
Right.
But if she goes shopping with me, then it drives me nuts because I was like, now to know what the hell you're getting.
Right.
Right. So it's a
but there's ways to be clever, right? I mean, like one time for a Christmas gift we bought for my in-laws, we bought them a cruise because they had done something great.
That's a great gift.
They did something crazy nice for us. And I can't even remember what it was. But we the gift was like, you know what I mean? It was like a box with like tickets in it and so he.
That's a great gift, though. I mean, for your parents or something, that's really good.
Right, right. I mean, for you, she could I'm just giving ideas to the wives out there, but you could make she could make like a thing that looks like a club, and in the club it has a gift card.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, there's ways
How about a bidet?
Yeah, there's ways you can make it creative.
A bidet.
Yeah, what is the fascination with bidets again? I think I missed
Jody's
you
big.
guys.
Jody's big on bidets.
I listen to your show, and I cannot believe you guys don't have a bidet. There are two things in my life I wish I had a long time ago.
You're being
and
serious
I have them
right now.
Yes, CPAP and a bidet. And if you don't have both, like
the
you
quality
have a CPAP.
of life.
Can you use them both at the same time?
You could, but
so there's a bidet.
I don't know why you guys are so resistant to bidets. I heard that show is like, what are you against?
I don't know if there's resistance.
I'm not
it's just a matter of.
It's just which bathroom do I put it in?
I just think it's unnecessary.
You put it unnecessary.
Whatever.
It is completely necessary.
It is.
If you picked up a piece of shit with your hand, would you wipe it off with a dry paper towel, or would you put water on it and wipe it off?
I use one of those doggy bags.
If you had to pick up a piece of shit on the ground with your bare hand,
we don't
what would you do?
We get it. We get it. I'm on board with the bidet. I'm not against it.
You gotta
the
get
thing
one.
is,
You
I got to
gotta
figure
get
out what
one.
to do. I like to purge downstairs bathroom, and I don't think a bidet would be appropriate in our. What is it? The downstairs
Guest
bathroom.
bedroom.
Yeah.
Don't you have your own bathroom? You
Guest
have your
bathroom.
own.
I do,
place
but
you always go.
Well,
That's where it goes.
All right, so Jody was saying, okay, so
Yes.
I guess it's a Costco. It goes on the.
You could buy one that builds into. You could just add it to your toilet. You can buy one built into your toilet seat. They got all sorts of bidets.
Yeah, Costco. They're like $200-300.
You can buy one for $60 that
Yeah.
you just put underneath your toilet seat, and it's.
Yeah, how you
awesome.
connect it? Okay, how does it connect to
just
the?
hooks
It
up
just
to the
connects
water
the
line.
Yeah, you just connect in between the water line, and you control the spray
Right.
strength, and it's.
So you
It's-
swear by
I
it.
swear by it.
Now,
It
do you have
is-
to angle it so it hits your
No, it's
crack
automatically
just right?
angled. It's automatically.
Yeah, I don't want it
Does it have like a
blasting.
scan?
What Jody says.
Yeah, I don't want it blasting the bottom of my scrotum. That would just.
Jody says
Just like
you
a
have
punching bag?
you have to jockey for position. You have to jockey for position a
Well,
little bit. So you may have to just
you'll
kinda-
figgle out where the water
Oh,
goes.
I see.
and then-
You got to twerk on the toilet.
Yeah, you got to get that sweet spot.
twerking
Kind of
your
like
ass.
Yeah.
It's not
so
that
the water's
difficult.
just getting
It's
every
not
part
that
of the
difficult.
anus, man.
I just want you guys to try it. Once you try it, it's like, wow,
what?
what have I been missing all my life?
Right.
Oh, God.
The anus dance. The anus dance.
I'll tell you, the perfect gift, in addition to the bidet, would be is the ability to blast off the shrapnel on the backside of the toilet.
Oh, like a reverse.
That would be
bidet.
That would be.
An auto cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish they
yeah.
made like a little spray. When you're done with
Right.
it, you just go and
Yeah.
it'll
It like dissolves it.
it'll dissolve it. Because there's sometimes it's
Wait,
like
so you have like fecal shrapnel all over
it's
your.
like sometimes not me necessarily, but I go in the bathroom.
Really, not you.
Come
not
on.
you.
It's not me.
saying
Wow.
it's-
You're
I
right.
You say
You're
it's
right.
Tara.
No, don't.
And his daughters. It's
Oh,
not
Someone
and
will
his
me.
go in the
daughters.
bathroom.
Who
and someone
blasted
will
the bathroom?
destroy it, and there'll be shrapnel all on
No.
the backside, and I'll
You're
be like,
right.
seriously, and I will make an effort, and I will hate it
You'll
because it's not
chisel it?
mine.
You get in there.
Try
and
to.
go,
and then
can
and also
pee on
when
it.
you go in there and you try to pee,
What are you
yeah.
doing?
It's like sat there
Chipping
and
it.
no, he's
with
like,
a hammer.
I would drink like a lot of bottles of water, and then go in there and I try pissing it.
Right. Right.
Did you get that stream
That's
forceful?
not. That's actually a great idea.
What, pissing it off?
No. Just have a device that really shoots down on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, just
Yeah.
kind of like a little. I mean, I don't
Right.
know, and I'm thinking maybe.
Don't be surprised. Sean's quite the inventor.
Oh, yeah.
What is your Antifa weapon built on the cars?
Yes.
Or was that yours?
No, that was his.
Yeah.
Mine's the bike.
Oh,
The cycle
Power
energy
plant.
Power
Yeah,
plant.
yeah,
yes.
the cycling power plant and the methane
and
collector.
the
Oh yeah, your
cow
little
fart
cow
collector.
fart
yes.
collector.
cow fart collector for
Yeah.
methane gas.
I haven't
so-
really come up with anything. I'm not. I guess I'm not clever like that. I haven't come up with the.
You're more of the
You,
manager.
you've completely debunked all of our ideas.
Yeah, I kind of shit all
That's
over
never
your
gonna
horrible
work.
ideas.
Yeah, we would need at least approximately 800 cows with enough methane gas to be able to power up this house.
Speaking of innovative things, somebody, I think it was you, sent a video of how the pyramids were made.
Oh, I've said a couple of them. Yes.
It was, and I started watching it, and I was thinking, oh yeah, you could really do that. But then didn't a spaceship come down and laser?
Oh,
I don't
laser
remember
etched the cap
was
on
like,
there.
Yes, I was thinking, okay, they're making
right, deal
forms,
breaker.
They're making forms and they're filling it up, and all of a sudden I was like, okay, well, how are they doing this? And all of a sudden this spaceship comes down, and when the laser goes, and it was like, okay, here we go. And I thought that was you because you were always like, aliens built the pyramids.
No. Well, first of all, I never said that. I didn't say that at all. We don't know how the pyramids were built, and the premise of
I've sent multiple how-tos.
You have,
we don't know how the premise.
and they're proven. I mean,
Yes.
you can see the video; they're making
Yeah,
it.
You're like,
That's
that
not
makes
proven.
sense.
That didn't happen.
Well, we don't know.
Well,
You're definitive to say
You don't
no,
know.
but
You
you
weren't
don't
there.
know.
You weren't there,
well,
Sean.
where are you going to get that much earth to pack around that damn thing?
There's sand.
Yes.
Infinite amount of sand out
They
there.
live right next to the delta.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No,
They would.
bitch,
The Delta
please.
Nile.
So you're saying that they are going to literally just they do a row, and then they're going to backfill it,
Right.
and then roll another
And
rock
every
on there,
row they
and then
kill
backfill it.
maybe what 1,500, 1,800 slaves.
Did it take hundreds
That's-
of years to build as well?
We don't know that.
Oh yeah, No, I think 30 years.
Oh no, it was like a day.
Wow! Yeah. They can't even build a house in a day.
They had some super. Like they had some super large giants
coming down. Moving
the spaceship
boulders.
came down, showed up with this Lego set that was made out of stones, and they were just like, "Dude, just make your own fucking pyramid. Come on."
I mean, I think the archaeologists have said it. It took 30 years. Like when they're a young man pharaoh, and they're like, "Okay, time to start building my tomb."
No,
right?
There's nobody buried in them.
Well, first of all, the pyramids.
Yeah, there are.
Well, no, they said They did not say there was people buried in those pyramids.
In the pyramids? Okay,
the pyramids that are there. So what they did? Well, there's a lot of unknowns. There are so many unknowns down there. Well, they're trying to implicate that the pyramids were a source of power.
They were also coated in a white limestone.
That was millions of slaves sperming all over it.
Just encrusted. Just encrusted.
I've already done it 5 times today. I can't do another one.
Shut up and eat more grapes.
Grapes?
Oh, grapes?
I don't know. Whatever.
Well, you heard it first here, guys. If you have ED, grapes is the answer. You heard it first from Sean.
Yes. Well, I stand behind it.
Jeez.
All right. No more Pharaoh. Egyptian.
I do like the.
So speaking of Christmas party, does anybody have any Christmas parties? I don't because I don't have an office local anymore.
I have a holiday lunch on Friday. That's about it.
I got one back to back Saturday.
Oh, we were invited to a Christmas party actually. I just forgot about that. How about that? This is Brody's best friend's parents.
Oh, I thought you meant dudes like us.
No. You
well, we can do dudes like us. We're going to do dudes like us anyways. I got a gift for you two.
Really? Is it an 8-watt laser?
It's 11.
No shit.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Instead of 4 hours, it's like 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Right. Right.
That's a Boba Fett thing. Now I've got my office party Saturday, and
it's coming up quick, guys. If we're gonna do something, it's got to be not this weekend, but the weekend after. Maybe.
I've actually got invited to another party that I wasn't originally. What am I trying to say? So there are in my job that I have, there are people that are executives. You know, I'm going to an executive party, so to speak. So it's like I got to dress real nice. He made a point by saying, "Now, Sean, you have to dress nice." It's like so.
Sean,
no wife beaters,
and don't act like a 7-year-old.
Oh, that's.
Well, stumbling around drunk, making a huge.
Are you going to bring the dudes like us magnets?
Yes.
Yeah. No, you are not. Do not.
Yeah, dude, are you kidding me?
Talk about career suicide. Listen to my podcast.
No, I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm just going to like flunk, stick it
right.
right there and be like, stop it.
Boy.
I'm going to do it. I'll tell you more about the party coming up. But I'm a little excited about it, but I'm also kind of bummed out because I got to go buy some new clothes. You know, the pants fit a little bit.
Wear your lederhosen. You said those fit perfect.
There you go. Yeah, you said it was just comfortably
I'm not
loose.
Show up at that party with lederhosen. Lederhosen.
Wow. Because you said dress up, right?
No.
Yeah, and that's your isn't that your ancestral cultural garb?
That's German.
Right. So, you're Irish.
Yeah. You're more German. You both
I am
more
very German.
Yeah, my mom's side is from German.
We're all sorts of German.
Yeah, I'm like well, whatever. We're all European mutts.
Yeah.
Euro mutts. Where are you from?
Yeah, what are you, Kevin?
Yeah.
100% Japanese.
100%. Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Like your mother and father.
My grandparents, yeah.
That's what that means.
They came from Japan.
So tell me about your family.
My grandparents came from Japan. That was back in the turn of the 1900s, right? 19th.
Yeah, you have to clarify these.
20th
days.
century.
Yeah.
Where in
I'm
Japan?
third generation. It's near Osaka, a place called Wakayama.
Now, why did they immigrate?
Because back then in Japan, if you weren't the firstborn son, you didn't get anything, right? So the firstborn son got willed everything, right? He got to inherit everything.
Sure.
So anyone else had to make it on their own. That's what caused a lot of that immigration.
So your grandfather was second born?
Well,
made
whatever.
that rule?
Whatever, not firstborn.
That's right. I'm assuming, yeah.
And if you were born a female, then you
knew.
just got thrown in a well.
If you're born female, yeah, and then there's a lot of those mail order bride stuff going on. So,
no shit. And so, what did your grandfather do when he came over? Like
he had a boarding house for other Japanese immigrants.
Really?
Yeah.
Was he? What city did he?
Like a brothel?
They were in Central California, the farm belt, the farming area.
The farming area?
Yeah, Central.
So farming migrants,
right.
basically.
Yeah.
And what year was this? The early 1900s?
Yeah. Just turn of the century. Yeah.
That's fascinating.
That is.
And so your family, are you the only one here in Dallas, or did they move to Dallas at some point?
No, they so my parents made it to they met in Central they met in Southern California. But I just moved out here, just
Have you
So you were the first one out here.
I was the first one. I was. It's amazing. And we're just making it out east.
You're dragging the rest of them out here. Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, they're all in California.
So you're still the only one here.
Yes.
When they give you grief, you're in Texas.
Are they bleeding liberal Democrats out in California? Just because you're from California doesn't mean that. I mean,
no. Orange County.
So
Orange County, California is pretty hardcore Republican, right?
Oh yeah.
Did they take a shit in San Francisco on the sidewalks?
They encourage that, don't they?
Yes, that's true.
Now, my wife,
you
she
get a
worked
tax
out there
break.
in San Francisco. She was doing a lot of commuting, and back then, that was like 10, 15 years ago. She said it was bad back then. It was bad back then.
Ago.
Now
10,
it's
15 years ago.
yeah.
So it's really out of control.
It's out of control. Right now, it's out of control.
Like we read that, but I take it with a grain of salt because it's coming from like a right-leaning newspaper that wants it to look bad.
Do they have an
But
app?
apparently it's not bad.
No, it's.
I mean,
it's
it is
bad. It is bad.
They have
No,
an
it's
app
bad.
that outlines the poop droppings.
Yeah.
I saw
the
that.
human fecal.
I saw that.
That means someone's walking around going poop
Yep, little
and
GPS.
like marking it.
Ding, ding,
And that's all climate driven too, right? Because it's you could sleep outside, all year round in California.
Yeah.
And
Right.
where are you going to poop, right? right there on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
That's the thing with California. It's the weather. That's what attracts
Right.
you. You're right.
Yeah.
People here, the homeless here in the summertime, I'm just like, what the hell? That would suck.
So
Even the winter, yeah.
Yeah, the
it's so
winter's
cold.
terrible.
I
Yeah, but
wanna
where do
back
they
up a
go?
little bit.
Where do they go? They go to shelters, I guess.
Oh,
Well, hold on,
I
Kevin.
guess.
So you your parents came here in the 1900s.
Yeah.
So
no,
they-
grandparents.
Your grandparents.
Yeah.
They were on the East Coast. Then
No, West Coast.
They
California.
went to California, and then
You're
they
getting this
gave
all
birth
wrong.
to your parents.
Right.
Your mom or dad.
Yeah, both. Well, I mean,
That's
yeah.
They kept the love in the family. What are you
No,
talking
no.
about?
I mean, they both. As far as I know,
Are you saying your mom and dad are brother and
What are you,
sister?
inbred?
all
What
my
the
grandparents,
fuck?
all my grandparents, both grandparents came to California.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that's super cool.
Yeah. Well,
No,
then they
not
all
cool.
all
All right,
got
so
locked up in World War II.
You grew up in
Did they?
California.
I was going to ask
Oh, yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The intern.
Pretty much
internment
every
camp?
single relative of mine was at that age was interned. Yeah,
how long did that last?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Unbelievable.
That's a part of
That's
history.
unbelievable.
That's a part of history that's not talked about.
Never
much.
talked about.
Were they?
It is
treated
not.
like-
It is not.
Were they treated poorly?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're locked up you're basically surrounded by barbed wire,
In a
machine
big-
guns,
big barracks,
and you're
right?
in barracks.
Yeah, but
You're
they- were they
literally
abused?
imprisoned.
Were
You
they
were
abused?
imprisoned.
They were not abused. No.
They weren't
they
concentration
had schools.
camps.
No, they were not. They were allowed to do whatever they wanted inside the camp. They had schools and did whatever.
Play
but
basketball.
They had a lot of
They
sports.
did
yeah,
teach
yeah.
that in school.
Yeah.
I learned that in school. But I
Yeah,
just-
they're
don't teach
teaching it.
anymore, though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. You don't hear about that much. And
Insane.
Yeah.
And the reason for that happening is coming up in 2 days, December 7th, right? Pearl Harbor.
Oh.
It was an overreaction.
Well, exactly. Right. And when you talk about that, like in Hawaii, no one's locked up, right? In Hawaii, nobody was interned.
Really?
Where it happened, right?
I would think that's where you should have done
Right.
it, if anywhere.
Yeah, 'cause they gave inside information about when they this and when they
Well,
that.
yeah, I mean, there's actual
if they
proof
if they
of
did
that.
if they did.
But they couldn't do it in Hawaii because Hawaii, there's such a high concentration of Japanese Americans there. They couldn't, who were entrenched in the economy. They couldn't do it. But here
Ruined the
in
economy.
California, they wanted to take everyone's land, right? So a lot of the Japanese Americans had land.
Oh shit! So
So-
they lost their land. They had to
a
start
lot,
back
lot
over
of them had
again.
to start over. A lot of them had to start
This
over.
is pissing me off.
That's
Actually,
crazy. So
we got $20,000.
There you go. Oh,
Back
60
then,
years
that was a
later.
lot.
Six-
Yeah.
no, six.
you got
In the
reparations.
'80s, every living person got $20,000.
All right, well, that made up for that.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm sorry. I know you had a $20 million
20
piece of land.
20,000 is.
I think that's different.
Locked up for 4 years. How much did you sue them for? How much did you sue the government
That's
for?
unbelievable.
I think that's different because those folks were still living in the 80s, and what the folks want for slavery reparations.
That's a totally different subject. Right?
I
that's
think
totally
so,
different. That's
because
totally different.
that was what.
I get it, but it's
200
totally
years
different.
ago.
It's completely different.
All
You were
those folks.
directly affected.
Right. That's everyone living.
That's what I mean. They were still alive.
Yeah, right.
None of those folks are alive anymore.
Right.
So your parents were were confined.
My mom was
jailed.
very young, but yeah, she was.
And
there.
so you were eventually they got out, and then you came about with your brothers and sisters, all in California.
Eventually, right.
What city ish?
Huntington Beach.
Huntington Beach.
Ooh, do you surf?
No, I didn't go in the water.
Yeah.
Water's dangerous.
Was it because of Jaws? Did you watch the 1975
I watched Jaws. I watched the 1975 Jaws.
They have the great white.
You hear that lady just got killed in the Bahamas?
Ooh,
Did you read that?
No.
She got
Eaten
bit by a shark.
Yeah, they were. She was a newlywed.
She got eaten.
Bit. It
Well,
was a big bite.
Yeah, big old
and
chunk.
bled out.
Big bite off a Big Mac. Just
like her thorax region.
well, they didn't show a picture of it, but they said that the bite made her die.
Right.
Essentially, she
yeah.
bled out.
No, she bled out.
Yeah. So the story is that she was a newlywed.
Oh man, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
In the Bahamas? Well, look at the bull sharks down there.
Yeah.
That's the bull shark. And actually, that's where most of the shark
it might not have been a great white. It might
so
have been.
you did all your
tiger
schooling
shark as
in
well.
California, and then you decided you wanted to come to Texas.
No, my wife got transferred out here. So.
Oh shoot! In the podcast first half.
Well, there's more bourbon to be had.
Wow.
We got some. We'll try 4 new bourbons in the second half.
Yeah, we may get there.
Kevin's going for the new indoor record.
Yeah. He's
hey, look, I'm just
pushing
fucking
us
with
for
you.
it, too.
Drink whatever you want,
guys-
and any whatever you want. It doesn't matter.
Very generous.
So thankful you are here with us tonight. This is a treat, and I'm excited about the second
This
half.
is very interesting.
You gonna stay for the second half?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, we got a special one that Kevin brought that we're going to sample in the second half.
That's right. That's right. Very cool.
All right, Dudes Like Us. Second half, it's December 5th. Dudes Like Us. I'm Sean.
I'm Paul.
I'm Jeff.
I'm Kevin.
All right.
Here we go.